The most recent episode of Chicago P.D. offers a gripping wrap-up to the two-parter that began in Zoe. As he hunts down the serial killer who once again abducted a little girl named Zoe Annabelle Toomey, Ruzek Patrick John Pfluger resembles Intelligence's Chief Voight Jason Beghe. After locating Zoe in foster care, Cronin Eric Sheffer Stevens murders the woman who was keeping an eye on her before escaping with her. However, he is bleeding out and Zoe is not with him as the unit tracks their movements. Ruzek has no difficulty causing him more pain in an attempt to persuade him to reveal Zoe's whereabouts. In fact, he doesn't stop until Voight yells at him, "Enough!" and Burgess Marina Squarciati pushes him back. How does Voight feel about that coming from Ruzek, since that's something we're used to seeing from him? Voight wants the members of his squad to be authentic, and such behavior is very Voight-like. Additionally, Voight used to smack people and do things that were completely inappropriate, as you may have noticed. He has somewhat restrained it, which is a requirement of the new policing. He must adapt and adjust, and in the end, he wants to perform his job effectively. He realized that was no longer an option, so he had to discover alternative ways to perform his duties effectively. He doesn't want Adam to make the same mistake. He adds, Voight won't necessarily continue to watch Ruzek as a result of this. Voight doesn't seem to think that way. He doesn't worry, Beghe says. It has only been in the past few seasons that he has begun to genuinely reflect on himself. It's good to be interested as opposed to interesting, right? Is a small motto Jason uses both as an actor and as a person, even. When Voight looks at himself, he is uninteresting despite his intense curiosity. Even after they make him an offer, Cronin directs them to the wrong place and refuses to divulge Zoe's location. Prior to it, however, he spent so much time talking about nothing that Voight left Ruzek in the hospital room with him and went to acquire the previously discussed bargain. Beghe remarks, that scene was so complex, and lauds Stevens' performance. This guy nailed that. You have to see this con man, this liar, this psychopath, and this charming guy, along with this complete liar, psychopathic, and narcissistic guy. By the end of the episode, Zoe has excellent news. They find her grandmother, who comes to pick her up and tells them her name is Marie, thanks to Intelligence's diligent efforts to identify her. In another scene, Ruzek acknowledges that he is unable to provide his father, Jack Coleman, who has been diagnosed with Alzheimer's, the care he needs, even though he would really like to have him at home. Bob is moving into a care facility close to Ruzek and Burgess's house toward the end of the episode. What's even more tragic is that Bob asks him to remember his name after Ruzek tells him that. How did you feel about Zoe's story's resolution? Tell us in the space provided for comments below.